Hello and welcome to KingTech Coding Clinic with these amazing tutorials. Okay, now in this tutorial, I'm going to walk you through step by step on how to create and send bulk certificates via email to your students or whoever you would want to do that to. Okay, supposing you organize an online training, then after that you promise giving out certificates. You can imagine maybe the number is large. So how do you do this? So I'm going to walk you through step by step. I've been doing this every single day. I organize online trainings, and this is how I send certificates to my participants. Okay, now let's look at what we're going to cover in this lesson. So the first thing we're going to look at is we're going to go ahead and design a very nice certificate template. Okay, then after that, we're going to create Google Forms to collect details of the participants so that we can use those details to give them their certificate. So details such as their full names and then maybe address, phone number, and then the email address as well. Then after collecting these details, then we are going to import these details inside of what? Google Sheets. Then from there, finally, we go ahead and merge it and then send certificates to our participant or the members. It's going to be very simple, straightforward, and fun. Okay. Now, if this is the first time you're visiting this channel, please consider subscribing to the channel. Press the bell icon so that you get notified anytime we upload tutorials. Like, please don't forget to also just keep liking the videos. Just keep liking them, like them. It means a lot to me. Just like them, comment, and then we'll be good to go. Now, let's quickly delve right into the lesson. Okay, now to start with, first of all, what you need to do is just to launch your browser. As you can see, I've just launched my browser. So to create this amazing certificate, we're going to make it very simple and straightforward for us. So we go for a website called Canva. Let me just type the name Canva so you can see in the URL. We have canva.com. So once you are done, just press enter. You make sure you are connected to the internet. Okay, so let's open the website and see what's going to happen there. So once the website is launched, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and then sign up. You can just go and then sign up with your Google account. Very simple and straightforward. You can choose not to sign up as well, but it's good you sign up so that you can keep track of your details that you're going to create or templates you're going to be creating inside this Canva website. So that is that. So once you are done with that, the first thing you want to do is just to come inside this search bar here and just type certificate template. Just type certificate template. Okay, certificate template. Okay, just type certificate template. So once you are done, just press enter and let's see how it's going to happen here. So you can see we have a bunch of certificate template that you would want to use, and some of them are for sale and some are free. So now let's just scroll and grab one free one so that we can use it for this particular purpose. Okay, so now let's grab this one here. Let's just click on this and let's allow it to open. Then we see what we can do with it. So once this one is open, so basically we can just go ahead and edit it and then use it inside of our program. So to start with, I would want us to maybe this is the heading, certificate of what? Achievement. Okay, so we can choose to edit it and make it to a certificate of what? Participation or something like that. Okay, we can do that. Just double click here and this I prefer changing it to certificate of what? Participation. So let me just name it participation. Can just do that and then let's come here. This certificate is proudly presented to, okay, we can maintain it like that. So let's move it to the top a bit. So we want to drag it to the top a bit. Okay, so let's select it and then we want to increase the font size a bit. So let's do that here. Then let's extend this a bit, open this up here, and then let's keep increasing the font size a bit. Then let's extend this side a bit as well, and let's bold it too so that looks nice now. Okay, this certificate is proudly presented to, then this is going to hold the name of the participant. So what we're going to do is this. Let's just take this off here. Let's take off the name. We don't need the name now. So once we are done, let's click on this line here, then Control D to create a copy of this line, and then let's drag the line to the top here. Let's bring the line here. Then you would want to extend the line a bit, extend it this way, and then you want to extend the line this way so that name can appear on the line. So we would want to select the line, then select it, press the down arrow key to move it down a bit. So once you are done with it, I think this looks good now. Now if you have your logo, you can choose to change this to your logo. So I'll be doing that in a couple of minutes. So let's see what's going to happen. So let's see what we can edit here. For supposing that you organize an online training on what? Digital literacy. So you can just add this, so you can edit this to suit what you would want to capture on your certificate. So I would want to say for participating, okay, so something like that, maybe for let's say for participating in 1 week, let's say 1 week digital literacy training with KingTech coding clinic. Perfect. So once we are done with that, we would want to just select everything inside. So you would want to edit it to suit whatever you would want to do. So let's increase the font size a bit, and then basically that is that. So that looks good. So once we are done with that, I think we can leave it like that. Okay, so now let's move this line up a bit, select it, and then move it up a bit. Okay, so once you are done, select this one too, you can move it to the top here. So once we are done, let's click inside here, press enter to give more space. You can give duration, maybe duration or dates, or you can just say dates, and then you can capture today's date, maybe let's say 4th of that is November 2022. Perfect. So that is that. So now you are done designing your certificate. So now the next thing you're going to do, let's move this one to the top a bit. Okay, let's move it to the top a bit. That's good. Let's drag this one to the top a bit. That is nice, so that we can have enough space here. So let's, okay, this is also okay. Perfect. That looks good as well. Now that we are done, I think we would want to maybe clear up these things here. I don't need, but if you want them, you can choose to leave them. I don't need them for this, so I would want to clear them. Okay, let me maintain them. Let me just undo my action. Supposing you do something and then you decide to bring it back, or maybe you decide to undo your action, you can just use this undo and then redo buttons to do that. Okay, so basically that is that. Supposing you perform an action and then you don't like it, you can undo and then redo your action. That's what I mean. So once you are done with that, it's presented to, so let's have some colon here. Perfect. And then let's extend it a bit. Perfect. That looks good. Now that is nice. So maybe you would want to, I would want to capture my logo here. Okay, something like that stuff here. I would want to capture my logo here. So let me quickly do that. Okay, let me do it with this one. I would want to maintain this here. So let me do it with this, do it with this. So let me just go to my uploads. So if this is the first time you visiting this website, you would want to upload your images that you'll be using inside when designing something here. Okay, so to do that, you can just click on upload. Then you browse and grab whatever you want to upload here, being it a video or maybe an image. Once you click on it and then click on open, you get it uploaded. I already have my this in here, so this is my my logo, so I would want to bring it inside. But to do that, let me bring it, put it inside of an element. So let me just browse through these elements here and then grab this element. Looks a bit nicer to me here. Let me bring it inside here and then squeeze it a bit. So I would want to bring it down here quickly. Let me just go back to uploads here and then click on image. Let me just drag my image and put it inside the element. So you can see, just drag and leave it inside and then it's captured there. So that looks good. So with this, I'm good to go with my certificate template. I'm done with it. Let me move this one a bit here. Perfect. Center it well, very well. That is nice. So once I'm done with this, what I'm going to do is just to download this template. So I'm done. You can see there is no name here because we are not just designing it for just one person. We're going to merge it for multiple students or participants. So it's going to be an amazing one. So let's see how it's going to be. Now let's first of all download this template. So we are done with this. You can change this to your name. You can edit your name here and then do whatever you want to do here. Okay, but I prefer leaving it like this. So you can explore through these options in Canva, and then it's a very nice tool. Logos and other templates can be used here. Okay, so that is nice. I also have the link in the video description below. You can just check the link out and then you'll be good to go. So let's see how it's going. So now the next thing I'm going to do is let's just go ahead and download it. So to download it, you just go to search. So now let's give it a name here first. Okay, so we can give it a name like set 1. Let's say set 1 or whatever. So once we are done, you can just rename it to see the name you want to do. So you just click on share. Okay, on here, just click on download, and then you should have it downloaded in PNG. But supposing you want to download it in PDF, you can just choose PDF from this option here, and then you get it downloaded. But now we need just the image of it. We're going to use it in a different place. So just go to share and then go to download. Then you would want to download it in what? Image form, that is PNG. So you click on download and you have it downloaded. Okay, so that is that. This looks good. Perfect. So now let's go this way. So now when you go to your downloads folder or wherever you choose as your destination to keep your files, whenever they are downloaded, you can just trace it over there. So now let's quickly minimize this one here. So now let's visit our downloads folder and then see what's going to happen there. So let's open this. So we have this. So let me just open this here. So you can see this is our certificate that we're going to be using. Now the next thing we are going to do right now is let's open another tab here. And then quickly let's click on this symbol. Let's click on this icon here to grab the Google products here. So now the next thing we're going to do, let's go to Google Drive. Okay, let's click on Drive and then click on Drives. Okay, so we move straight to Google Drive. I already have a lot of items inside here. So now what we want to do here is we are going to just organize everything, all the certificate inside of a single folder, so that even after sharing it with our participant, we can still have copies of them in case someone needs it or someone is not able to receive it. We can just download that particular person's one and then send it to the person individually. Okay, it happens. So that is that. Now let's click on this new here. Then we go to new folder. Let's create a new folder. Let's name it training. Okay, let's name it training. Perfect. So once we are done with that, let's click on create. Okay, so let's see what's going to happen here. So we have the folder here. Just double click to open the folder. So now the folder is open. So we're just going to create another another file inside here. Okay, so to do that, let's go to new. Then let's come to Google Slides. Okay, let's click on Google Slides. So we have the Google Slides open for us here. Okay, it's just like the slides we have in what Microsoft Office suite. So what we're going to do right now is let's clear everything we have here. Select this, press delete on the keyboard. Select this and press delete on the keyboard. So now we're going to use these templates for our certificate. Okay, now what we are going to do right now is let's go to file here. Then let's go to page setup so that we set it up to match the A4 size. Okay, so let's go to page setup here. Now let's click on this drop down arrow and go to custom. So you know the custom size for A4 is either 21.0 by 29.7 centimeters or 8.3 by 11.7 inches. Okay, that is in portrait. To keep it in landscape is just different. Okay, so now you just turn them upside down, turn the figures upside down to get it in landscape. Okay, now to do that, let's see what we're going to do right now. So now we want it to be in landscape, but let me put it in a portrait form for you to see first. So to do that, let's use 8.3. That is going to be in inches. Okay, not in centimeters, so don't forget about that. So 8.3 by 11.7. okay, 11.7. so once you are done with it, just click on apply. So it should be in what? Portrait, like this, but we want it to be in landscape. The certificate should be, you can see the image we just downloaded is in what? In landscape. But supposing the image you downloaded from Canva or the certificate template you got from Canva is what? In a portrait form, then you would want it to be like this. But if it is in the landscape as the one you just downloaded, then you would have to just turn around the settings. So now let's do that. Let's go to file again. Let's come to page setup and then let's change this. So now let's make it 11.73 here. Okay, so 11.7 here, that is 11.7, and then here let's make it 8.3. okay, that is that 8.3. so once we are done, let's click on apply. So you can see it's now in a landscape form. So once we are done with that, the next thing we're going to do is to import our image here. Okay, just import our image. So to do that, just go to insert. Then we go for images, then upload from computer. And click on this. So now by default, if you're not brought straight to your downloads folder, you would want to browse to grab your downloads folder from list here. Just click on downloads and then it should be inside here. Then you click on the name of the image and you just click on open. So you can see that we have the certificate grabbed inside here. Okay, now let me show you how the certificate is going to look in a PDF form. Okay, so to do that, let's first of all name our certificate here. Let's come to untitled presentation here and name it to what? Maybe I would want to say KTCC training. Let me put it that way. KTCC training or whatever. So let's keep it that way. Okay, or you can name it whatever you want to name it to. Let's come to file here. Let's go to download and then grab the PDF copy of it. So you can see that it's downloading now. It's already downloaded. Now let's go to our download folder. You can see we have it, KTCC training. So when you launch it like this, just open it. So you can see that it is neatly set up here in PDF form, so you can print this out. It's a very nice certificate to use. So let's close this now. We don't need it. So now what we are going to do right now is this. Let's add our signature to this. Okay, I already have my signature captured. If you don't have yours, just look for a very white plain sheet of paper, then quickly sign on it, take a picture of it, crop it, and then just use it inside here. So let me go to insert. Let's go to images once again, then upload from the computer. Let me go for my signature. Let me click on this, then click on that. You can see. So let me just resize it, and then resize it again. So I would want to drag it and then leave it here. Perfect. So you can see I have my signature here like that. So that looks good. So I'll just maintain it like that. So now that I'm done with that, the next thing I'm going to do is now we are done creating our certificate, but that is not all. We need to create a tag where we can merge the names of the various participants as the certificate are being created and sent to them one after the other. How do we do that? It's very simple, right? To do that, let's go to insert and let's go to text box. Click on this. So now just draw a text box here. You want to increase the size. Okay, so inside the text box here, just type this. Press the shift on the keyboard and let's type the less than sign 2. That is an open tag, right? And then the greater than sign to 2 to close it up. So now select the 2, select it, and then come here, then align it to center. So let's increase the font size. Then after that, the next thing we're going to do is just type something like participant's name. Okay, something like this. So once we are done with that, we can just select it again, just to increase the font size a bit. Then I think this will be okay for now. So once you are done with that, you would want to maybe change the fonts. So I don't keep it to Georgia, the font style to Georgia. So once I'm done with that, I think my certificate is now set and then up and running, and it's ready to get merged and then send via email. So the next thing we're going to do is let's look at how we can create our Google Forms. Okay, now to create our Google Forms, the first thing we're going to do, let's just open a new tab here, click on this. Now let's come to this Google Apps here, click on this, and let's scroll down and click on Forms. Okay, so once we have this forms template here, the next thing we're going to do is just click on this contact information or whatever, so we can edit it. So click on this contact information. Let's grab this, click, and then it's popping up. Okay, so maybe you would want to do some stuff, editing stuff here. Okay, let's just edit this and say KTCC training or whatever. Let's give it like, or maybe we can give it a name like yes, KTCC training. That is not bad, or whatever training you've organized, and then you would want to title it to that effect. So let's give it a name like training, sorry, KTCC training on digital, sorry, literacy. So once we are done, we can just say fill the form below. Provide, okay, let's say provide your full name, your full name, comma, and email address. Okay, you can say that. And for your certificate, okay, certificate. Perfect. So once we are done with that, then we'd want to come here, and then here is going to give us the full name. So let's just edit this to make it, click on this name to make it full name, so that the person knows that it's provide the full name there. So say full name. So once we are done with that, we can come here and say email. So now the rest we don't need them. So if you need any other information, you can edit them to see that. So we only need these two. So we select this one as well, and then this, and then I think this one as well. Then we do away with it. So now we just need just the full name and then the email. So these two is enough for us. So once we are done with that, the next thing we want to do is just to click on send, and then we want to come and grab the link here and share the link for the users to what fill the form, or the student to fill the form. So you click on this, and then you would want to shorten the link to speed it up when opening. So you click on this to shorten the link. So once you are done shortening the link, you would want to copy the link. So this is the link you are going to share to the students to do what? To go ahead and then fill to provide their information. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the link back to myself, fill it with the different accounts so that I can have these details here for me to use. So to do that, let me just switch off this. Let me just minimize this and open a new Chrome. And then let's click on this Chrome here. So I'm using the different accounts. Let me just grab this account here. Let me click on this and then. So let me paste the link inside. I'm going to fill this myself, okay? But ideally, you should share this for your students to fill them up, and then you get the details inside of the Google Sheet. So Control V to paste, and then let me press Enter, and let's see what's going to happen. So quickly, I have this here, so I can go ahead and then fill in the details. So my full name is what? Let's say Baba Yakub. Sorry, Baba Yakub. Perfect. Then my email address that I'm going to use is let's say which email will I use here so that I can just easily receive it and then quickly go ahead and then show it to you guys how it's going to look like. So let me just use quickly. Okay, let me just use ads gmail.com. So that is that. So this email is okay for me. So once I'm done with that, I'll just go ahead and click on, let me just confirm that, click on submit. So now the response is submitted. So now we assume that all of the students has just finished filling the, or let's say, submitting the data. So let's minimize this and then visit the other accounts here. So you can see that immediately I have first response. The first response is here. So once I click on this, the details are just filled. I have the name Baba Yakub. Then the email, that is what, Teko, julia@gmail.com. So once I'm done with that, what I'm going to do right now is just click on this here. So what we are going to do is just to get this inside of our Google Sheet. Okay, so we go ahead and then click on create. So it's just going to open inside of Google Sheet. So you can see these are the details we want here. So now this is where the magic is going to happen. So now that we assume that now the students are done submitting their details. So we have their full names covering the entire column here, and then the email addresses covering all this column here. So once we have that, then we are good to go to just give them their certificate, and then we should be good to go. So now what we want to do right now is let's quickly come to extensions here. Click on these extensions. Then we want to come to autocrat, okay, autocrat, something like that. Then you come to launch, then we launch it, okay. So it's working. You allow it to work because it has to do a lot of work. So let's allow it to work and load. So there we go. So once it's launched, then just click on new job, okay, new job. So let's give our job a name, maybe KTCC program. Let me put it that way, KTCC program. Let's close the gap with underscore. Okay, so once we are done with that, let's click on next. So we would want to just grab our certificate and bring it inside this autocrat. So let's click on from drive. Our certificate is stored inside of our Google Drive. So let's click on this. So now let's look through and then let's grab our certificate. You can see that this is the certificate we've just created, KTCC training. The name will even guide you. So double click it to select it. So once you are done selecting the certificate, what's going to happen is that you have the name here, the KTCC training, and that is that. So once you are done, just click on next. So now the next thing you're going to do is let's just map the column to the full name. So here the column name for the names is what? The full name. So you click this drop down arrow here and choose full name, and that will merge inside this participant name tag. So once we are done with that, that is the only thing we are merging here, only the full name on the certificate. So now we then go ahead and then go to next. So here, how do we want to share it with them? It's going to be in PDF. So you choose this, and then actually we created it using what? Google Slides, but we would want to share it to them using what? PDF, in form of what? PDF, so that they can print them. Okay, so just click on this PDF. So and then output as what? Multiple output mode. That is, so you allow these settings there. So once you are done with this, you are okay. Then the file name, the name of the file, we would want the name of the file to be the name of the participant. Okay, so to do that, very simple. Let's click on this one. Let's select this. Let's bring it back. So now it's selected. Control C on the keyboard to copy this full name tag. So come inside here, Control V to paste it. Okay, so once you are done with that, So this will just hold the name. So the certificate for each and every member will come or will be shared with the person's name attached to it. So that's how it's going to be. So click on next. So we're going to choose a folder where we would want to keep it. Okay, so let's just choose a folder from here. So the name of our folder was what? Training, if I'm right. So just click on this and then select. So we have that. So once you are done, click on next. So this is optional, so you leave it. Next, also optional, then next. So when we come here, what do we want to do? Share docs and send emails. Then it's yes, we would want to share it and then send them through emails and then as what? PDF. So we've already done the settings from the previous stage. Okay, so once we are done with this, so now what we need to come and do here is this, to grab the email for each and every participant. So now let's grab the email tag to who are you sending it to the various emails, right? So let's click on this and then choose the email tag. Let's come back. So Control C to copy this, Control C to copy it, and then move this way. Then here Control V to paste. So this will match all the emails for each and every participant. Okay, so that is how it's going to be. Then the subject, what do you want to do? So just say your certificate for training. Okay, your certificate on digital literacy. So once you are done with that, that is your the subject. Okay, so now we need the email body. So I already have that drafted here. Let me just open this and then let me copy this email here. Control C to copy. The email reads as what? Hi, full name, the name of the participant to be attached to that. Congratulations on your successful completion of the digital literacy course. Now it's going to be what? Yeah, digital literacy course with KingTech Coding Clinic. This is not the end of the road for you. Keep working hard. Try as much as possible to implement all what you have learned in other areas. Okay, we are always there to support and guide you. We appreciate your trust and thank you so much. We hope to have you in our upcoming series of trainings regards admin KTCC. So once you are done, Control A to copy this, or you can just type your email inside that. So let's minimize this. So we grab this one here. So let's paste our message here. So there we go. So once we have our message up and running here, so you can see hi, this tag inside full name is going to hold the name of each and every participant. So that is how it's going to look like. So once we are done with that, we have the email tag matched here. We have the subject, we have the email body, and everything is done. So you go to next. So here we leave these settings as it is, and then we go to save. Click on save. So we allow it to save. Okay. So now that you are done with the saving, you would want to run it now and then send it to all the participants. Okay, send it to all the participants we have here. Supposing they are 10 in number, once we click on this run, it will make and send it to all of them. But unfortunately, it's just one that I've just added. Okay, if they are 100 in number, you can just send it to them. But based on this, if you want to extend the number to 200 plus, I think you would have to pay something small to Google to be able to do. But up to 100, you can do that. You can send. So that is that. So once I'm done and everything is set up and running, just click on Run Job. So you can see that it's merging. So it says what? One rows will be merged. Only one, because you have only one. Okay, so that is that. Supposing there are 20, you see 20 rows will be merged. If there are 100 rows will be merged. So you see them counting and then merging them like that. So you can see this one is just one person. So it's done successfully. So let's look at the message here. It says what? Document successfully created, document successfully merged, PDF created. So that is that. It's done and sent. So now I'm going to switch to my mobile phone and then show you how I have just received this amazing certificate for my training. Now let's switch to my phone. So now here I am on my phone. So now let's quickly go to my mail and see how or the way the certificate is going to appear. So we tap on this and then we quickly go to my Gmail. So there we go, having my Gmail details. So here you can see that I've just received the certificates at this spot. So you can see that your certificate on digital literacy, you can remember. So you can see that. So we tap on this and then let me quickly go ahead and read it. Say was congratulations on your, say hi Baba Yakub, as we've done there. Congratulations on your successful completion of the digital literacy course with KingTech Coding Clinic. This is not the end of the road for you, blah, blah, blah. So you can see that everything is up and running. So here I can just tap on this to view my certificate. Okay, let me just tap on this and see how it's going to look like. So it's asking me to open through any of this. So let me just view through PDF. So let me just tap on that. Let me click on OK. So there we go. So you can see my certificate looking amazing and beautiful. So that is that. So each and every participant is going to receive their certificate like this, and they're going to go ahead and download them and print them, and that is that. So basically that is that about this tutorial. So please, if you like this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Press the bell icon so that I get notified anytime we upload new tutorials like this, because that is what we do. Please, your subscription, your likes and comment means a lot to us. Please don't forget to do that. Love you so much. Wait for more tutorials till our next lesson. Thank you so much and bye for now.